Variation among organisms of the same species is a fundamental aspect of biology, contributing to the diversity we see within populations. This variation is the result of differences in genetic makeup, as well as the influence of environmental factors. Every individual in a species has its own unique combination of characteristics, which can include physical traits, behaviors, and biochemical processes. These differences arise from both the genes inherited from their parents and the environmental conditions they experience throughout their lives. Genetic variation is primarily caused by the different combinations of genes that an organism inherits from its parents. Genes are segments of DNA that carry instructions for specific traits, such as eye color, height, or the ability to metabolize certain substances. In sexually reproducing organisms, each parent contributes half of the offspring's genetic material, resulting in a unique mix of genes. This genetic recombination during sexual reproduction ensures that siblings, while sharing many similarities, are also distinct from each other. The differences in the genes inherited and how these genes interact with each other create the genetic variation observed within a species. However, genes alone do not determine all of an organism's characteristics. The environment plays a significant role in shaping many traits as well. Environmental factors include everything from the availability of nutrients, climate, exposure to diseases, and social conditions to physical activities. For instance, a person may inherit genes for tall stature, but if they experience poor nutrition during their growing years, they may not reach their full genetic potential for height. Similarly, the color of a hydrangea flower can change depending on the pH level of the soil, demonstrating how environmental conditions can directly influence genetic expression. Most characteristics result from the interplay between genes and the environment. This means that while genes provide the potential for certain traits, the environment often determines how, or even if, these traits are expressed. For example, intelligence is influenced by both genetic factors and environmental conditions such as education, nutrition, and social interactions. Athletic ability, too, can depend on both genetic predispositions and the level of physical training and practice an individual undergoes. This complex interaction between genes and the environment means that predicting a characteristic based solely on genetic information is often challenging, as the environment can significantly modify genetic outcomes. Mutations or changes in the DNA sequence introduce additional variation within a species. Mutations can occur spontaneously during DNA replication or be induced by external factors such as radiation or chemicals. These mutations can result in new alleles or versions of a gene, which may alter an organism's traits. While many mutations are neutral or harmful, some can be beneficial, leading to new variations that can be advantageous in certain environments. For example, a mutation might give a plant resistance to a particular disease, or allow an animal to better camouflage itself in its surroundings. Over time, if a mutation provides a significant advantage, it may become more common in the population through the process of natural selection, contributing to the evolutionary adaptation of the species. In summary, variation within a species arises from the combination of genetic differences and environmental influences. Genetic variation is driven by the unique mix of genes inherited from parents, while the environment shapes how these genes are expressed. Most characteristics are determined by both genes and environmental factors, leading to the rich diversity observed within populations. Additionally, mutations introduce new genetic variations, some of which can offer advantages and contribute to the evolutionary process. This intricate web of genetic and environmental interactions is what makes each organism unique, contributing to the overall diversity and adaptability of life on Earth.